evening and a very warm welcome to you all as we gather tonight for our English play production of The Merchant of Venice. It is our distinct honor and privilege to welcome a truly remarkable individual as our chief guest, Mr. Arjun Nair, alumnus of the class of 1975, who is here to celebrate his 50th class reunion. Mr. Nair was a proud member of Sumeru House during his school days. After leaving school, he pursued his higher studies at St. Stephen's College, Delhi, and then completed his maritime training on board the training ship Rajendra in Bombay. His career has been nothing short of extraordinary, with over 47 years of experience across the high seas and corporate world. For 18 of those years, he sailed as a mariner and captain in the Merchant Navy. Before venturing into entrepreneurship and mentorship, he co-founded Interlash India LLP, a microfinance initiative that empowers women entrepreneurs like the young Ladakhi women behind the now celebrated Alchi Kitchen in Leh.
Until recently, he served as a mentor and managing director at Seaski Shipping and Consulting, and continues to inspire with his dynamic involvement in diverse fields. A consumer activist, golfer, malt and wine connoisseur, and founder of the Madras Wine Club, Terroir. Mr. Nair's zest for life even extends to the screen, having appeared in a Tamil film and commercials purely for fun. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause as we welcome Mr. Arjun Nair, our esteemed chief guest for this evening. To show our appreciation, we now request the headmaster to present him with a memento. We would now like to welcome Mrs. Lakshmi Bhavya Taniru, IAS, the District Collector of the Nilgiris, for gracing the occasion with her presence. To show our appreciation, we now would like to present her with a bouquet.
Invite the chief guest to say a few words.
Good evening. Few things. I have to thank school, the OLA, and of course the headmasters, responsible for this tradition of honoring those in the 50th year of passing out with being the chief guest at various functions. Honestly, after 1975, I have never ever visited school. I have visited school, but I've never attended the variety entertainment, which you now call the kaleidoscope, or the PT display, which you call the spectacle. But I find this is the first time we attended the variety entertainment, and we found that the talent is both amazing and wonderful. Dance and drama obviously have great faculties, as depicted by the powerful rendition of the Ramayana, and both the deft and graceful movements of the dancers, not to forget the excellent, talented compares they had yesterday. Now back to the large hall, and I'll give you a few snapshots of plays and skits in the past. We used to, we were always nervous when we came to this huge hall with so many people filled up. Although I have been here at debates and attending prayer meetings and prayer halls and stuff like that. The first time we went on that stage, I think was in 1972 when I was a 9th class student, and the Sumeru House did a skit. And we had we had a housemaster who was very stiff and strict. And the bandmaster gave us an idea of what to do on that skit. So what we did was, everybody was there, the headmaster, the staff, all the kids of all the 4 houses, and the Sumeru skit up there. So we had one corpse lying on a bench. And all the kids of that house were singing, Housemaster Saab ke badan, Zameen ke niche hai, Housemaster Saab ke badan, Zameen ke niche hai, and so on and so forth. Or humko uska ration milta hai, And it was done in pantomime. And so each time you skipped a line, and at the end of it, we were all getting excited and all in action, and that corpse decides to get up. And who was under that corpse? The housemaster. So So I thought that was something we've done out here with really sporting staff who took part and ensured that we got our confidence to work with them. And these were people who were very strict. And those days, it was not like how it is today. It was, a slap of the cane or a shot here and there, which disciplined us, which still works even today. In 1973, in the school play, Caesar and Cleopatra, I was a soldier. But anyway, not a big part out there. But later, in our final year in 1974, the final year, the play was called Bury the Dead. And I've got a classmate who's present here today, and he played the lead part of the corpse. He says he's still not been resuscitated. So if you spot a dead man walking with glasses, it's him. Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and each of us in our time plays our parts. I've adjusted it a bit. This is a message to all students watching and to parents who are hoping that their kids become someone. There are many students playing parts today, I'm sure. And there are many of them sitting in the audience or have sat in the audience during rehearsals, looked up and said, wow, what an actor, what an actress. I'm sorry, nowadays I can't say actress, you've got to say actor. So, what an actor. They're going to be famous. Look at that singer. She's so good. He's so good. Look at the way these people dress and carry themselves. Fret not. Because 15 years later, what you're doing in class today does not matter. 15 years later, things are different, and I tell you from life experiences. Some of you who are studious and shy might turn out to be the best research scientists. Some of you who are quiet and never taking part in games might get the Sword of Honor at a defense academy and go on to be colonels in 15 years. May I go on to be a rear admiral like we've got the OLA president. We don't know. And he today confessed he was a bad student. So things change. Parts are played differently. And by the time you come out, by the time you're 25 or 30, you'll find you've got different experiences and you come out a different person. So there's always hope for different things. Don't press on and get depressed about not being able to take part because you've got a bigger part to play later on. There's a clock tower which looms above. And in general, it was in disrepair at one time. Our class, the class of 75, restored it during our 25th reunion. And on behalf of the class of 75, that's why you hear the chime of time. Do you know that? That's the history of this. I'd like to put on record the cooperation and involvement of the OLA coordinator, Sangeeta Jairam, and of course, the headmaster, Mr. Rao, who, true to his word, given to me earlier this year in January, personally, he was involved in restoring the plaque which had got lost. And we had put that plaque up saying when we put a plaque, it'll inspire future batches to give back to the school, which happened. It became a flood, but our plaque vanished in the flood. Mr. Rao and Sangeeta ensured that that plaque has been restored near the jacaranda tree, and we invite you to go and visit it, because that's what's keeping time in the school. And we feel better that it was done during our 50th reunion. Thank you, Mr. Rao. I wish you, Laurentians, all the best in future. And I now look forward to seeing the play you have practiced so hard to perfect. Thank you very much.
The Merchant of Venice is one of William Shakespeare's most famous and enduring plays, written between 1596 and 1599. Set in the bustling city of Venice and the dreamy estate of Belmont, the play blends romance, drama, and sharp wit to explore timeless themes like justice, mercy, love, and prejudice. The story revolves around Antonio, a kind-hearted merchant, Shylock, a controversial and complex Jewish moneylender, Portia, lovely and clever, and Bassanio, Antonio's dear, dear friend. Antonio borrows money from Shylock to help Bassanio woo Portia. He unknowingly sets off a chain of events that leads to Shakespeare's most memorable courtroom scenes. At its heart, The Merchant of Venice is about human nature, its notability, and its flaws. With moments of laughter, tension, and heartfelt emotion, it continues to resonate with audiences even today.
And now, we present to you the Merchant of Venice. Sit back and enjoy.
If a man is righteous and does what is lawful and right, if he has not exacted usury nor taken any increase, but has withdrawn his hand from all iniquity, if he has walked in my statutes and kept my judgments faithfully, then he is just and he shall surely live. But if he has exacted usury and taken increase, shall he then live? No, he shall not live. If he has done any of these abominations, he shall surely die, says the Lord our God. And yet you live from day to day by theft and robbery.
Antonio.
For a usurer is a thief and a robber who shall rightly be hanged on the gallows 7 times higher than other thieves. Indeed, you trample all of God's commandments under your fingertips.
Adiutorum nostrum.
In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me. You say it wearies you. But how I caught it, found it, or came by it, what stuff it is made of, whereof it is born, I am to learn. And such a want with sadness maketh me, that I have much ado to know myself.
Your mind is tossing on the ocean. There where your Augustines would portly sing, like seigneurs and rich burghers, or, as it were, the patents of the sea do opiate the petty traffickers that courtesy to them. Do them reverence, as a sly man with the woven wings.
Believe me, sir, had I such venture afoot, the better part of my friendship would be with my hopes abroad. I should be still plucking the grass to know as it's doing, peering in maps for ports and piers and roads.
I'd get upset blowing on my hot soup, because it would make me think of what the dangerous winds of the sea could do to my ships. I couldn't help but think of what the dangerous rocks of the sea could do to my ships. It could break the sides of my ships and scatter my wild whistles all around the ocean, causing my expensive ships to fall out and drape her on the waves.
Oh, believe me, sir, you're wrong. I thank my fortune for it. My ventures are not in one bottom trusted, nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year. Therefore, my merchandise makes me not sad.
What, then you're in love?
Oh, fine.
Not in love either. Then let us say you are sad because you are not married. And 'twere easy for you to laugh and leave and say you are merry because you are not sad. Here comes Bassanio, your most noble kinsman, Gratiano and Lorenzo. Farewell, we leave you now, we better come. I would have stayed till I made you merry if what your friends had not prevented me.
Believe me, your word is very dear in my regard. I take it, your own business calls on you, and you embrace the occasion to depart.
Good morrow, my good lords.
Good signors both. When shall we love? Say when? You grow exceedingly strange. Must it be so?
We make our leisures to attend on yours. My Lord Bassanio, now that you've met Antonio, we too will leave. But at dinner time, I pray you have in mind where we must meet.
I will not fail you.
So Antonio, you don't look well. You care too much about these worldly things. And those who care too much about these worldly things end up losing them.
I hold the world, but as the world Graziano, a stage where every man must play a part, and mine a sad one.
Well, let me play the fool then. I don't care if these laughter causes wrinkles. I would rather destroy my liver with wine than waste away with sad crowns. And then there are this sort of men who put on a show of gravity and wisdom and pause. When I open my lips, let no doubt bubble. But they are only reputed wise for saying nothing. And if they should say something, they would be found dumb to our ears. Well, come with me now, good Lorenzo. And as for you, Antonio, I shall continue the rest of my encouraging speech after dinner.
Well, we leave you then till dinner time. I must be one of those same dumb wise men, for Graziano never lets me speak.
Well, stay with me but for 2 more years, and thou shalt forget the sound of thine own tongue.
Goodbye. I'll start to talk more now. Is that anything now? Well, tell me, what lady is the same, to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of?
'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio. How much I've bestowed upon mine own estate by something showing a most willing thought. My fame means not continuance, nor do I now make known to be abridged from such a noble rate. But my chief care right now is to come fairly off from the great depths, where in my time something too prodigal had left me gapped. To you, Antonio, I owe the most money and love, and from your love, I have a volunteer to unburden myself of all plots and purposes, to get rid of all debts I owe.
I pray you, good Bassanio, let me know it. And if it stand, as you yourself still do, be assured, within the eye of honor, my purse, my person, my extremest means, lie all aloft to your occasions.
In Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair, fairer than those words of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from my eyes, I did receive those fair speechless messages. Her name is Portia. Nothing undervalued. To Kate was butter, Brutus is Portia. Nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. For the 4 winds blow in from every corner. Oh, Antonio, had I with the means to hold a rival place with one of them, have a mind which presages me such drift, that I should questionless be fortunate.
Thou knowest that all my fortunes are at sea. Neither I have money nor commodity to raise a present sum. Therefore, go forth, try what my credit can in Venice do, that shall be racked even to the uttermost. Furthest thee to Belmont, to fair Portia.
By my troth, Nerissa, my little body is a weary
good sentences and well pronounced. They would be better if went forward. If to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, chapels had been churches, and poor men's cottages, princes' palaces. But this reason is not in the fashion to choose me, a husband. Oh me, the word choose. I may neither choose whom I would, nor refuse whom I dislike. Such is the will of a living daughter, curbed by the will of a dead father. Is it not hard, Marissa, that I cannot choose one, nor refuse none?
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men have good ideas when they are done. He has said of a lottery when your princely suitors will have to choose between chests of gold, silver, and lead, and whoever chooses the right one will win you as a wife. But what are your feelings towards the princely suitors who have already paid you visits?
I pray thee, overname them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them, and according to my description, level at my affection.
First, there is the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, that is a colt indeed, for he doth nothing but talk of his horse.
Then there is the County Palatine.
He doth nothing but frown. He hears merry tales and smiles not. I fear he will prove the wicked philosopher when he grows old.
What about the French lord, Monsieur Le Bon?
God made him, and therefore let him pass for a man.
How like you, the Scottish lord, his neighbour?
That he had a very neighbourly charity in him, for he had borrowed the box of the ear of the Englishman, and swore he would pay him again only when he was able.
How like you, the young German, the Duke of Saxony's nephew?
Very vilely in the morning when he is sober, and most vilely in the afternoon when he is drunk. At best, he's a little worse than a man, and at worst, he is a little better than a beast. For fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket, and if devil be within, and that temptation without, I know he will choose it. Oh, Nerissa, I will do anything ere I will be married to a sponge.
You need not fear, lady, the having any of these suitors, for they have acquainted me with their determinations, which is, indeed, to return to their homes and to trouble you with no more suit.
If I live to be as old as Sibylla, then I will surely die as chaste as Diana, unless I am obtained by the manner of my father's will. I am so glad that this parcel of wooers of suitors are so reasonable, but I dote on his very absence. I pray that God grant them a fair departure.
Do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian scholar and a soldier that came hither in company of Marquis of Montferrat?
Yes. Yes. Bassanio. I think so he was called.
Dear madam, he of all the men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon is best deserving of fair lady.
I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of that praise.
3,000 ducats. Well,
I saw. For 3 months.
3 months? Well,
For the which, as I told you, Antonio shall become bound.
Antonio shall become bound. Well,
May you state me, will you pleasure me? May I answer?
3,000 ducats for 3 months, and Antonio bound.
In answer to that,
Antonio is a good man.
have you heard any implication to the contrary?
Oh, no. My meaning in saying he's a good man is to have you understand that he is sufficient, yet his means are in supposition. He had an argosy bound to Tripoli, another to the Indies, I understand. Moreover, upon the Rialto, he had a third bound to Mexico, a fourth to England, and other ventures he had squandered abroad. The man is notwithstanding sufficient.
Be assured you may.
I will be assured I may, and that I may be assured I will bethink you. May I speak to Signor Antonio?
If it please you to dine with us.
Yes, to dine with you. To dine with you and smell port with you. I will buy with you, sell with you, walk with you, talk with you, and so forth. But I will not eat with you, drink with you, nor pray with you. What news on the Rialto? Who is he who comes here?
This is Signor Antonio.
How like a fawning publican he looks. I hate him, for he is a Christian. More for that in low simplicity, he lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of usage here with us in Venice. If I can catch him once upon the hip, I will feed fat the ancient grudge I bear. He hates our sacred nation, and he rails, even where most merchants do congregate, on my bargains, my well-won thrifts, which he calls interest. Cursed be my tribe if I forgive him.
Shiloh! You hear him?
Yes. I am debating of my present store, and by the mere guess of my memory, I cannot instantly raise up the gross of 3,000 ducats. But what of that? Tubal, a wealthy Hebrew of my tribe, will furnish me. But soft. How many months do you desire?
Shalom, albeit I neither lend nor borrow, by taking nor by giving of excess. Yet, to supply the right wants of my friend, I'll break the custom. Is he yet possessed? How much you would?
Aye. 3,000 ducats.
And for 3 months?
For 3 months? I have forgot. You told me so. Well, then you're bond. Let me look. But soft. Methought you said you neither lend nor borrow upon advantage.
I never do, Shalom. Well, Shalom, shall we be beholding to you?
Signor Antonio, many a times and oft in the Rialto, you have rated me about my monies and my usages. Still have I borne it with a patient struggle, for sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You called me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spat upon my Jewish gravity. Monies is your suit. What should I say to you? Should I not say, have the dog money? Is it possible a girl can lend 3,000 ducats?
I am as like to call thee so again, to spect on thee again, to spur thee too. Lend it not to a friend, but lend it rather to thine enemy, who if he break, thou mayst with better face exact the penalty.
Why, look how you storm. I would be friends with you and share your love. Forget the shades that you have stained me with. Supply me your present wants and take no doit of usance for my monies. This is kind I offer.
This word, kindness.
This kindness will I show. Go with me to a notary. Seal me there your single bond. and in a merry sport. If you not repay me on such a day, such sum or sums of money as expressed in this condition, let the forfeit be nominated for an equal pound of your fair flesh, from whichever part of your body pleaseth me.
Content, in faith, I'll see into such a bond, and say there is much kindness in the deed.
Antonio, you shall not seal with such a deed for me. I rather dwell in my necessity.
Why, fear not, man. I will not forfeit it. Within these 2 months, that's a month before the bond expires, I do expect return of thrice, 3 times the value of this bond.
Oh, Father Abraham, what these Christians are, whose own hard dealing teaches them suspect. Pray you, tell me this. If he should break his day, what shall I gain by the exaction of this forfeiture?
Sherlock, I will seal unto this bond.
Then meet me forthwith at the notary's. Give him directions to this merry bond, and I will go past the docket straight.
Hie thee, gentle Jew. The Hebrew will turn Christian. He grows kind.
I like not fair terms, and a villain's mind.
Come on, in this there can be no dismay. My ships come home a month before the day.
Mislike me, not for my complexion, the shadowed livery of the burning sun, to whom I am a neighbor and near bred. Bring me the fairest creature, not word bound, where Phoebus' fire scarce stars the icicles. Let us make incision for your love, to prove whose blood is reddest, his or mine.
In terms of choosing a husband, I care about more than looks. But my destiny is to be decided by lottery. If my father had not robbed me of that right, you would be as good a potential, in my eyes, renowned prince, as anyone else.
Even for that, I thank you. Therefore, you could lead me to the casket to try my fortune.
You must take a chance here, and either not attempt to choose at all, or swear before you choose that if you choose incorrectly, never to speak to a lady afterward in a way of marriage. Therefore, be advised.
I promise. Come on, bring me the casket. May I have good luck then. I'll either be a blessed or a cursed man.
Go and draw aside the curtains and reveal the several caskets to this noble prince. You must make your choice now.
The first one, in gold, has this inscription in it. He who chooses me will get what many men desire. The second one, in silver, has this promise written on it. He who chooses me will get what a man deserves. The third one, in dull lead, has this blunt warning. He who chooses me must give up and risk all that he has. How do I know which one to choose?
My picture is locked in one of these caskets. If you choose that, I am yours withal.
Here an angel in golden bed lies all within. Deliver me the key to the golden casket. Here do I choose and thrive as I may. Oh hell! What we have here, a carry-on dead within whose empty eye is a hidden scroll. Let me read it. All that glisters is not gold. Often have you heard that told. Many a man his life had sold, but my outside to behold. Gilded tomes do worms enfold. Had you been as wise as bold, young in limbs, in judgment old, your answer had not been inscrolled. Fare you well, your suit is cold. Cold indeed, labor lost. Cold indeed, labor lost. Farewell, Portia. Welcome, Frost.
Good riddance. I hope that everyone of his complexion chooses that casket.
Quick, quick! Straight the curtains! The Prince of Aragon has taken his oath and comes to his election presently.
Behold, there stand all the caskets. If you choose that wherein I am contained, straight shall our nuptial rites be solemnized. But if you fail, without more speech, my lord, you must be gone from hence immediately.
I am bound by oath to do the following three things. First, I can never tell anyone which casket it was that I chose. Second, if I fail to choose the right casket, I must never court a woman in marriage ever again. And third, if I fail to make the right decision, I must immediately be gone and leave you. Well, what's there? Gold, silver, and dull lead. He who chooseth me shall get what many men desire. He who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. Well, I deserve Portia. Give me the keys to the silver casket. What's here? A portrait of an blinking idiot holding something for me to read. He who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. Adieu, Portia. Adieu.
Milady.
What would, my lord?
Madam, there is a lighter at your gate, a young Venetian one that comes before, to signify the approaching of his Lord, from whom he bringeth sensible regret. To which besides commends and courteous breath, gifts of rich value.
No more, I pray thee, for I am half afeard that thou wilt say anon that he is some kin to thee. Come, Nerissa, come, for I long to see what quick Cupid's post is that comes so mannerly.
Oh, Father, God of love, let it be Bassanio.
This house is hell for me. My conscience will serve me to run from the Jew, my master. The fiend is in my elbow and tells me, saying, Gobo, ah ha 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 ha, Lancelot, Gobo, or good Gobo, or good Lancelot, Gobo. Take the step, run away. My conscience says, no, take heed, honest Lancelot, take heed, honest Gobo. Away, says the fiend, for the heavens, rouse up, a brave mind, says the fiend. Well, my conscience, hanging about the neck of my heart, very wisely says, my honest friend Lancelot, being an honest woman's son. The conscience says, Lancelot, budge not. Budge, says the fiend. Budge not, says the conscience. To be ruled by my conscience, I must stay with the Jew, my master, who is kind of a devil. He is the devil himself. Certainly the devil himself. My conscience offers me to stay, but I will run. Fiend, my feet are at your command. I will run.
Lancelot, I'm sorry. I'm sorry thou wilt leave my father so. Our house is hell, and thou, a merry devil, didst rob it of some taste of tediousness. But fare thee well. There is a ducat for thee. And Lancelot, soon at supper shalt thou see Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. Give him this letter. Do it secretly. And so, farewell. I would not have my father see me in talks with thee.
Adieu. Tears exhibit my tongue. Most beautiful pagan, most sweet Jew, if a Christian do not play the knave and get thee, I am much deceived.
Farewell, good Lancelot.
Well, thou shalt see, thy eyes shall be thy judge, the difference of old Shylock and Bassanio. What, Jessica? Thou shalt not gormandize as thou hast done with me. What, Jessica? And sleep and snore and rend apparel out. Why, Jessica, I say?
Why, Jessica?
Who bids thee call? I do not bid thee call.
Your worship was wont to tell me that I could do nothing without bidding.
Father, you call me?
I am bid forth to supper, Jessica. There are my keys. But wherefore should I go? I am not bid for love. They flatter me. But yet I'll go in hate to feed upon that prodigal Christian. Well, Jessica, look to my house. I am right loath to go, for there is some ill brewing towards my rest. For I did dream of money bags tonight.
I beseech you, sir, go. My young master doth expect your reproach.
So do I his.
And they have conspired together I will not say you shall see a mask, but if you do.
What? Other masks? Hear you me, Jessica, when you hear the drum and the wild squealing on the Rhine-necked fife. Clamber not you up to the casements then, nor thrust your head out into the public street to gaze on Christian fools with varnished faces. But stop my house's ears, I mean my casements. Let not the sound of shallow foppery enter my sober house. Well, Jessica, lock up my doors. By Jacob's staff I swear, I have no mind of feasting forth tonight, but I will go. Go you before me, sirrah, say I will come.
I will go before, sir. Mistress, look out at the window. For all this, there will come a Christian boy, will be worth a Jewess's eye.
What says that fool of Hagar's offspring, huh?
His words were, farewell, mistress, nothing else.
The patch is kind enough, but a huge feeder. Snails slow by profit, and he sleeps by day, more than the wild cat. Drones hive not with me, therefore I part with him, and part with him with one that would have him waste his borrowed purse. Well, Jessica, go in, do as I bid you, shut doors after you. Fast mine, fast fine, a proverb never stale in thrifty mind.
Farewell, father. If my fortunes be not crossed, I have a father, but you, a daughter lost. Alack, what heinous sin it is in me to be ashamed to be my father's child. But though I am a daughter to his blood, I am not to his manners. Oh, Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I shall end this strife, become a Christian, and thy loving wife.
Nay, we will slink away at supper time, disguise ourselves at the lodging, and return all in an hour.
But we haven't made good preparations yet. We have not provided us yet of torchbearers.
Unless we plan carefully, this will turn out badly. And it'll be better for us not to try this.
'Tis now but 4 o'clock. We have 2 hours to furnish us. Friend Lancelot, what's the news?
If you will open this up, it will tell you.
I know this handwriting. It belongs to a fair, beautiful lady, one whiter than the paper it was written on.
Something about love, is it? By your leave, sir.
Whither goest thou?
Maybe, sir, to with my old master, the Jew, to sup tonight with my new master, the Christian.
Hold here. Take this. Tell gentle Jessica, I will not fail her. Speak it privately. Go, gentlemen. Will you prepare you for this mass tonight? For I am provided of a torchbearer.
Well, in that case, I'll go see to it right away.
And so will I.
Meet me and Graziano at Graziano's lodging in some hour hence.
That's a good plan.
Now tell me, wasn't the letter from fair Jessica?
what news on the Rialto?
Why? Yet the rumor lives there unchecked that Antonio hath the ship of rich landing, wrecked on the narrow seas. The good winds, I think the place is called, a very dangerous flat and fatal, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried.
What sayest thou? Why has he lost a ship?
I wish it might prove to the end of his losses.
Let me say amen betimes, lest the devil cross my prayer. For here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. How now, Shylock? What news amongst the merchants?
You knew. None so well as you, of my daughter's flight.
I, for my part, knew the tailor who made the wings. She flew with all.
She is damned for it.
That's certain, if the devil may be her judge.
My own blood and flesh to rebel.
There's more difference between thy blood and hers than between jet and ivory. More between your bloods than between red wine and Rhenish. But tell us this. Do you hear if Antonio have had any losses at sea or no?
There I have another bad match. A bankrupt, a prodigal, who dares cast show his head on the Rialto. A beggar that was used to come so smug upon the mart. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to call me usurer. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to lend money for a Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond.
Why? I'm sure if he forfeit, thou will not take his flesh. What's that good for?
To bait fish withal. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He had disgraced me and hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, heated mine enemies, cooled my friends. And what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions, fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same summer and winter as a Christian is? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you shall wrong us, shall we not revenge? If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferings be by Christian example? Why? Revenge. The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard. But I shall better the instructions.
Salerio, Antonio desires to speak with us both.
We've been up and down to seek him.
Here comes another of the tribe, cannot be matched unless the devil himself turn Jew.
How now, Tubal? What news from Genoa? Have you found my daughter?
I often came where I did hear of her, but I cannot find her.
Why, there. A diamond gone cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. The curse never fell on our nation till now. I never felt it till now. 2,000 ducats in that, and other precious jewels. I wish my daughter were dead at my foot, and the jewels in her ear, would she were hers at my foot, and the ducats in her coffin. No news of them? Why so? And I know not what's spent in the search. Why? Now loss upon loss, the thief gone with so much, and so much to find the thief, and no satisfaction, no revenge, nor no ill luck, but stirring what lights at my shoulders. No sighs, but at my breathing, no tears,
but at my shedding.
Yes, other men have ill luck too. Antonio, as I heard in Genoa,
What? Ill luck?
had an argosy coming away from Tripolis.
I thank God. Is it true?
I spoke with some of the sailors that escaped Iraq.
I thank thee, good Tubal. Good news.
Your daughter spent in Genoa, as I heard, one night, 4 ducats.
Thou stickest a dagger in me, Tubal. I shall never see my gold again. 4 ducats in a sitting. 4 ducats?
Well, some of Antonio's creditors came to my company in Venice, who swore they cannot choose but break.
I'm glad of it. I'll plague him. I will torture him.
One of them showed me a ring of your daughter for a monkey.
Out upon her! Thou torturest me, Tubal. It was my turquoise. I had it of Leah when I was a bachelor.
But Antonio is certainly undone.
This is the fifth scene. That's true. Yes. That's very true.
Right now when
Go, Tubal. Fee me an officer. Bespeak him a fortnight before. I will have the heart of him if he forfeit. For were he out of Venice, I can make what merchandise I will. Go, Tubal, and meet me at our synagogue, Tubal.
Please, take your time. Wait a day or two before you take the risk. Because if you choose incorrectly, then you will have to leave me. For some reason, but not because of love. I don't think I would. I could tell you what the right casket is, only I swore not to. I can never tell you what the right choice is. So there is a chance that you may make the wrong one. And if you do, you'll make me wish that I had sinned and broken my oath not to reveal the correct casket.
Let me choose the casket. For as it is right now, I'm in torture.
Let's go then. My picture is locked in one of these caskets. And if you truly love me, I know you will find it. Let the music play while he makes his choice. Then at least if he loses, he shall have a swan-like end, dying with a song.
Dear Portia of Belmont, how suitors must have pursued you. What a travesty of love must you forbear, as you may choose one, nor refuse none. Dear Portia of mine, waiting for your true love.
I choose this one. What do I find here? The picture of beautiful Portia. What godly artist has rendered the image so close to real life? You, who choose not based on appearances, have good luck and chose correct. Since you have gained this fortune, be content and don't seek anything more. If this pleases you well and you're happy with your good fortune, turn to your lady and claim her with a loving kiss.
Myself and all that is mine, how now yours, my lord. Now this house, these servants, and myself are all yours. I give them to you along with this ring. Don't ever lose it, and don't ever give it away, or else that will be the sign of ruin of your love.
My lord, Graziano, this is my ring to show my everlasting love for you.
But who's this coming here? Lorenzo and his unchristian friend. And Saverio too, my old friend from Venice.
With your permission, I bid my friends and countrymen welcome, sweet Portia.
And so do I, my lord. They are entirely welcome.
Thank you, my lord. I didn't actually intend to come see you here, but I ran into Salerio on the way, and he begged me to come with him, and I could not refuse.
That's true, my lord. And I have a good reason for making him come here with me. Antonio sends this to you. Before I open this letter, please tell me how my good friend Antonio is doing. The letter there will show you how Antonio is faring. I wish you'd won enough to replace what Antonio lost. Sweet Portia, these are some of the most unpleasant words that were ever written on paper. I should have told you that my worth was less than nothing. But I'm in debt to a dear friend and put him in debt to his complete enemy in order to support me in coming here.
Is this man who is in such trouble your dear friend?
He's my dearest friend and the kindest man.
And what amount of money does he owe the Jew?
3,000 ducats on my behalf.
What? Is that it? Pay him 6,000 ducats and scrap the agreement. Double it, triple it even, before allowing such a close friend to even lose a hair on account of Bassanio. My love, forget about everything else and go.
Since I have a permission to go away, I'll hurry. Let's go.
Madam, although I speak it in your presence, you have a noble and true conceit of godlike amity, which appears more strongly in bearing thus the absence of your Lord. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief, how dear a lover of your husband, my Lord, I'm sure you would be prouder of the work.
I never did repent for doing good, nor shall not now. Until her husband and my lord return, there is a monastery about 2 miles off, and there will we abide. I do require you to look after the house in our absence, Lorenzo. I do desire you not deny me the imposition, the which my love and some necessity now lay upon you.
Madam, I shall obey all your commands with all my heart.
Thank you. Thank you for your wishes, and I'm well pleased to wish the same back on you. Fare you well, Jessica.
Farewell, good Portia.
Balthazar! Balthazar! Now, Balthazar, as I have ever found thee honest and true, so let me find thee still. Take this same letter, and use all thou the endeavor of a man in speed to Mantua. See thou render this into my cousin's hands, Dr. Bellario, and look what notes and garments he doth give thee. Bring them back, I pray thee, with imagined speed, unto the Trinette, to the common ferry which trades to Venice. Do you want to sit?
What? Is Antonio here?
Ready, so please your grace.
I am sorry for thee. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy.
I have heard your grace had taken great pains to qualify his rigorous course. But since he stands obdurate, and that no lawful means can carry me out of his envy's reach, I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer with a quietness of spirit the very tyranny and rage of his.
Go one, and call the Jew into the court.
He's ready at the door. He comes, my lord.
Make room and let him stand before our face. Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that you continue this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act. And then 'tis thought, thou show mercy and remorse more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty.
I have possessed your grace of what I purpose, and by a holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your city's charter and freedom.
This is no answer.
Thou unfeeling man, I'm not bound to please thee with my answers.
Do all men kill things they do not love?
Hates any man the thing he would not kill?
I pray you, think you question with the Jew, you may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood bait his usual height. Let me have judgment and the Jew his will.
For thy 3,000 ducats, where is 6?
If every ducat in those 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts, and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond.
How shalt thou hope for mercy, rendering none?
What judgment shall I dread doing no wrong? There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer. Shall I have it?
Upon my part, I may dismiss this court, unless Valerio, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today.
My lord, here stays without a messenger, with letters from the doctor, new come from Padua.
Bring us the letters. Call the messenger.
Good cheer, Antonio. What man courage yet? The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones and all, as thou shalt lose for me a drop of blood.
Come you from old Valerio?
From both, my lord, Valerio greets your grace.
You may take your seat.
Why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly?
To cut the forfeiture from the bankrupt there.
Not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew. Thou makest the knife keen, but no metal can. No, not the hangman's axe bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. Can no prayers pierce thee?
No, none that thou hast wit enough to make.
O be thou damned, inexecrable dog, and for thy life let justice be accused.
You hear the learned Valerio, what he writes, and here I take it is the doctor come. Come you from Valerio?
I did, my lord.
You may take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds this present question in the court?
I am informed thoroughly of the cause. Which is the merchant here, and which the Jew?
Antonio and old Shylock, both stand forth.
Is Shylock your name?
Shylock is my name.
Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
Aye, so he says.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful.
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
the quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. 'Tis twice blessed. It blessed him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes better than the throned monarch. His scepter shows the force of temporal powers. It is an attribute to awe and majesty. When doth sit the fear and dread of kings, but mercy is above the sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly power doth then show like his gods when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We all do pray for mercy, and that same prayer do render us all for the deeds of mercy. Thus, I have spoke too much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which, if thou shalt follow, then the strict court of Venice must need give sentence against this merchant here.
My deeds upon my head, I crave the law, the due and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes, I tendered for him in the court. Ye twice the sum, if that will not suffice. I'll be bound to pay 10 times all on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice that can alter a decree already established. 'Twill be recorded for precedent, and many an error by the same example will rush into the state. It cannot be.
A Daniel come to judgment? Yeah, a Daniel. O wise young judge, how do I honor thee?
I pray you let me look upon the bond.
Hear this, most reverend doctor. Here it is.
Shylock, there's thrice thy money offered thee.
An oath I have in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why then this bond is forfeit? And lawfully by this, the Jew may have his claim of a pound of flesh to be by him, cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful. Take thrice thy money and bid me tear the bond.
When it is paid according to the tenor. It doth appear that you are a worthy judge. You know the law. Your exposition hath been most sound. Therefore, I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. By my soul I swear, there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stand here on my bond.
Most heartily do I beseech the court to give the judgment.
Why then thus it is. Prepare your bosom for his knife.
O wise young judge, O excellent young man, this very true, O wise and upright judge, how much more elder art thou thy than looks?
Therefore, lay bare your bosom.
Aye. His breast. So says the bond. Doth it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart. Those are the very words.
It is so. Are there any balance here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop the wounds lest he do bleed to death.
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed. But what of that? To a good you do so much charity.
I cannot find it. This not in the bond.
And you, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little, I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you.
Antonio, I'm married to a wife which is dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all in the world are not esteemed above thy life. I would lose all. I sacrifice them all here to this devil to deliver you.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Most rightful judge.
It is to be cut off nearest his heart. The law allows it, and the court awards it.
Most rightful judge. A sentence. Come prepared.
Tarry, Jew! There is still something else. This bond doth give thee no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond. Take then thy pound of flesh, but in the cutting of it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, all thy land and all thy goods, by the laws of Venice, are confiscate unto the state of Venice.
O upright judge, mark Jew, O learned judge.
Is that the law?
Thyself shalt see the act. For as thou urgest justice, be well assured, thou shalt have justice more than thou desirest.
O learned judge, mark Jew, O learned judge.
I take this offer then. Pay the bond thrice and let the Christian go.
I have it ready for thee.
Soft.
Yes.
Soft. The Jew shalt have all justice. No haste. He shalt have nothing but the penalty.
Mark Jew, O learned judge, O upright judge.
Therefore, prepare thee to cut off a pound of flesh. Shed thou no blood, no cut thou less, no more but just a pound. If thou takest more or less than just a pound, be it as light or as heavy as a part of a poor scruple, if the scale do turn, but in the estimation of a hair, you die, and all thy land is confiscate.
A Daniel, a second Daniel, the Jew, now infidel, I have him by the hip.
Why doth the Jew pause? Take your forfeiture.
Give me my principal and let me go.
Where's the money?
He hath refused it in open court. He shall merely have justice and his bond.
A second Daniel! A Daniel come to judgment! I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Shall I not have barely my principal?
Thou shalt have nothing but your forfeiture, to be taken so at thy peril.
Why? Then the devil. Give him good of it. I'll stay no longer in question.
Tarry, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted by the laws of Venice that if it be proved against an alien that by direct or indirect attempts he tried to seek the life of any citizen, the party against which he doth contrive against shall seize one half his goods, and the other half comes to the privy coffer of the state. The offendant's life lies in the mercy of the Duke only, against all other voice. In which predicament I say you stand, for it appears, Jew, that thou hast contrived against the very life of the defendant here. Down, therefore, and beg the mercy of the Duke.
That thou shalt see the difference in our spirit. I pardon thee thy life before thou ask for it. For half thy wealth, it is Antonio's, and the other half comes to the general state, which humbleness may drive unto a fine.
Aye, for the state, not for Antonio.
Nay, take my life and all. Pardon not that. You take my house, when you do take the prop that doth sustain my house. You take my life, when you do take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
Please, my lord the Duke, and all the court, to quit the fine for one half of his goods. I am content, the other half in use, to render it upon the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. The other, that he do record a gift, here in the court, his remainder wealth passes unto his daughter and Lorenzo.
He shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounced here.
Art thou contented, Jew?
I am content.
Clerk, draw a deed of gift.
Please. Give me leave from hence. I am not well. Send the deed after me, and I shall sign it.
Get thee gone, but do it. Sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner.
I humbly do desire your grace of pardon, but I must away this night to Padua, and it is meet that I presently set forth.
I am sorry that your leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify this gentleman, for in my mind, you are much bound to him.
Most worthy gentlemen,
I and my friends have by
your wisdom today
been acquitted of grievous penalties, in lieu whereof 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew we would offer you with courtesy, and stand indebted over and above in love and service to you evermore.
A man that is well paid, that is well satisfied. And I delivering you, am well satisfied. Therein do I account myself to be well paid. I pray you know me well when we meet again. And so, I take your leave.
But sir, of force I must attempt you further. Take some remnants of us, not as a fee, but as a tribute. 2 things I pray you grant me, not to deny me, and to pardon me.
You press me far, therefore I will yield. Give me your ring. Do not draw back your hand. I'll take nothing more. And you in love shall not deny me this.
This ring, good sir, alas, it's a trifle. I will not shame myself to give you this.
I will have nothing but only this. And now methinks I have a mind to it.
The dearest ring in Venice will I give you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this I pray, you must pardon me.
I see, sir. You are liberal in offers. First to teach me how to beg, and now methinks you teach a beggar how to be answered.
This ring was given me by my wife, and when she put it on, she made me vow to never lose it, sell it, or give it away.
That excuse serves many men to save their gifts. And if your wife not be a mad woman, and know how well I deserve that ring, she would not hold out enemy for ever giving it to me. Well, peace be with you.
My Lord Bassanio, let him have the ring. Let his deservings and my love withal be valued against your wife's commandment.
Go, Graziano. Run and overtake him. Give him this ring if thou canst. Unto Antonio's house. Away. Make haste. Come. You and I will thither presently. And in the morning early, will we both slide towards Belmont. The fair Portia.
The moon shines bright in such a night as this, when the sweet wind did gently kiss the trees, and it did make no noise. In such a night, Troilus, methinks, mounted the Trojan walls and sighed his soul towards the Grecian tents where Cresside lay that night.
In such a night did Thisbe fearfully o'ertripped the dew, and saw the lion's shadow ere himself, and ran dismayed away.
In such a night stood Dido with a willow in her hand upon the wild sea banks, and waft her love to come again to Carthage.
In such a night Medea gathered the enchanted herbs that did renew old Aeson.
In such a night did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jew, and with an unthrift love did run from Venice as far as Belmont.
In such a night did young Lorenzo swear he loved her well, stealing her soul with many vows of faith, and never a true one.
In such a night Did Jessica, like a little shrew, slander her love and he forgave it her?
I would outnight you, did nobody come. But hark, I hear the footing of a man.
Who comes so fast in the silence of the night?
A friend.
A friend? What friend? Your name. I pray you, friend.
Stefano is my name, and I bring word. My mistress will be for the day of Belmont. She doth stray about. By holy crosses she kneels and prays for happy wedlock ours.
And who comes with her?
None but a holy hermit and a maid. I pray you, is my master yet returned?
No, he has not. Nor have we not heard from him. But go we in. I pray thee, Jessica, and ceremoniously let us prepare some welcome for the mistress of the house. And Stefano, signify, I pray you, bring your music forth into the air. How the moonlight sleeps upon this bank. Here will we sit and let the sounds of music creep into our ears. Soft stillness and the night become the touches of sweet harmony. Jessica, sit. Look how the floor of heaven is thick and laid with patines of bright gold.
The light that we see is burning in my hall. How far that little candle throws its beams. So shines a good deed in a naughty world.
When the moon shone, we did not see the candle.
So doth the greater glory dim the less. A substitute shines as brightly as a king unto the king be by. As doth as an inland brook into the main of waters. Music.
Hark! It is your music, madam, of your house.
Is that the voice, or I'm much deceived, of Portia?
He knows me as a blind man knows the cuckoo, by the bad voice.
Madam, welcome home.
We have been praying for our husband's health. With speed we hope the better of our words. Are they returned?
No, they have not. But there has come a messenger with word.
If we could hold day with the antipodes, I would walk in the absence of the sun.
You are welcome home, my lord.
Meet him. This is the man. This is Antonio, to whom I am so infinitely bound.
You should in all sense be much bound to him. For as I hear, he was much bound for you.
No more than I'm well acquitted of.
You are welcome home, my lord. It must appear in other ways than just words. Thus I scant this breathing courtesy.
By that moon, I swear, you do me wrong. In pain, I gave it to the judge's clerk.
A quarrel, ho? Already? What's the matter?
About a hoop of gold, a paltry ring that she did give me, whose posy was, for all the world, like cutler's poetry upon a knife. Love me and leave me not.
What talk ye of the posy or the value? You swore to me when I did give to you that you would wear it till you're out of death, and that it should lie with you in your grave.
You were to blame, I must be plain with you. To part so slightly with your wife's first gift. I gave my love a ring and made him swear never to leave it. And here he stands. He swore never to pluck it from his finger for the wealth of the world masters. You gave your wife too unkind a cause of grief, and 'twere to me, I should be so very, very mad at it.
my lord Bassanio gave his ring unto the judge, who begged it and indeed deserved it too. And the clerk, the man who took some pains in writing, begged mine. And neither the master nor the man would aught but the 2 rings.
What ring gave you, my lord? Certainly not that, I hope, which you received of me.
If I could add a lie unto a fault, I would. But as you can see, my hand hath not the ring upon it.
I have become the nappy subject of these quarrels.
Dear Antonio, you shall be his surety. Give him this ring and bid him keep it better than the other.
Here, Lord Bassanio, swear to keep this ring.
By heaven, it is the same I gave the doctor.
Is that so? Oh, I'm dumb.
Were you the doctor? And I knew you not.
And were you the clerk, that I knew not?
Sweet lady, you have given me life and living. For here, I read for certain, my ships are safely come to road.
It is almost morning. Let us all go in, and you may ask us whatever it is you want to interrogate. And we shall answer faithfully.
I cannot help but wonder if I am truly in the wrong. It often feels like I have been wronged repeatedly, made to feel small, ridiculed, spat upon, stripped of my sense of justice. All I sought was justice, a genuine acknowledgement of my struggles. Yet mercy was demanded of me. Mercy that was never shown in return. Is it my fault that I'm shaped by a world that despises me only as a villain? I feel like a Jew among Christians, an outsider among citizens. They call it kindness when they strip me of my faith, my wealth, my name. They call it kindness. Here I am, feeling deeply, profoundly, intensely alone, hurt, battered, and bruised in a world that only regards me as a villain. I am what this world has shaped me, framed me, fashioned me, and molded me to be. And they did so by design, by design, by design.
And am I blameless? I, who lent money without interest, who called myself generous, did I not let my scorn guide me? I treated Shylock with disdain, mocked his trade, his beliefs, his very identity. In seeking justice, did I not forget compassion? In defending my friends, did I not create an enemy? The law has favored me, but victory feels hollow when built on the suffering of another. What is justice without grace? What is right without kindness?
We are both wronged and both in the wrong.
Victims of a world that divides us before we even speak.
And yet, what might we have been in a different world?
Perhaps friends.
Perhaps
Dear all, we have witnessed a heartwarming performance by our students. Let us give them a huge round of applause.
Huge round of applause as they all assemble on stage.
Wow, that was one hell of a long play and one huge cast. I think 1/3 or 1/4 of the school is here, isn't it? But I think it was a difficult play. You all portrayed it beautifully. Portia and Nerissa, huh? Yeah, wonderful. Shylock, you did a great job, as did everybody else. If I haven't mentioned you, it's not because you haven't done a great job, but overall, fantastic job. What do you say? I want to thank you on behalf of the audience for giving us a lovely 2.5-hour performance. I know a lot of time went in changing sets and moving around, but the backdrops were beautiful, really 3D type, and your costumes, people have taken a lot of care in it. We appreciate the effort you've taken, and thank you very much.